Hi, it's Sue. Today's reading is for March 15th, and I'm reading Joshua 16 through 18 today. Verse 1. The lot came out for the children of Joseph from the Jordan at Jericho, the waters of Jericho on the east, even the wilderness going up from the Jericho through the hill country to Bethel. It went out from Bethel to Luz and passed along to the border of the Archites to Ataroth, and went down westward to the border of Jephlethites to the border of Beth Horon, the lower, and on to Gezer and ended at the sea. So this is more of a list like yesterday's. Hopefully it doesn't go on through all three chapters. That was kind of tedious yesterday, but interesting. They throw little tidbits in there to surprise you. Let's see what we have today. This is the border of the children of Ephraim according to their families. The border of the inheritance eastward was Ashtaroth Adar to Beth Horon, the upper. The border went out westward to Mikmethath on the north. The border turned about eastward to Tanath Shiloh and passed along on it the east of Genoa. It went down from Genoa to Ataroth and to Nara, reached Jericho, and went out to the Jordan. From Tapua, the border went along westward to the brook of Kana and ended at the sea. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Ephraim, according to their families, together with the cities which were set apart for the children of Ephraim in the middle of the inheritance of the children of Manasseh, all the cities with their villages. They didn't drive out the Canaanites who lived in Gezer. The Canaanites dwell in the territory of Ephraim to this day and have become servants to do forced labor. Excuse me, I don't think that's what God told him. He told them to drive them out. 17 verse 1. That was a short chapter. That's good. This was the lot for the tribe of Manasseh, for he was the firstborn of Joseph. As for Machir, the firstborn of Manasseh, the father of Gilead, because he was a man of war, therefore he had Gilead and Bashan. So this was for the rest of the children of Manasseh according to their families, for the children of Abizar, for the children of Helek, for the children of Asriel, for the children of Shechem, for the children of Epher, for the children of Shemitah. These were the male children of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, according to their families. But Zelophehad, the son of Hepher, the son of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, had no sons, but daughters. These are the names of his daughters: Mala, Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. We heard from them before. You may remember when they asked to be put into the lot for inheritance of land because they didn't have brothers. Verse 4. They came to Eleazar the priest and to Joshua son of Nun and to the princes, saying, Yahweh commanded Moses to give us an inheritance among our brothers. Therefore, according to the commandment of Yahweh, he gave them an inheritance among the brothers of their father. 10 parts fell to Manasseh beside the land of Gilead and Bashan, which is beyond the Jordan, because the daughters of Manasseh had an inheritance among his sons. The land of Gilead belonged to the rest of the sons of Manasseh. The border of Manasseh was from Asher to Mikmethath, which is before Shechem. The border went along to the right hand to the inhabitants of En Tapua. The land of Tapua belonged to Manasseh, but Tapua on the border of Manasseh belonged to the children of Ephraim. The border went down to the brook of Kana, southward to the brook. These cities belonged to Ephraim among the cities of Manasseh. The border of Manasseh was on the north side of the brook and ended at the sea. Southward it was Ephraim's, and northward it was Manasseh's, and the south was the border. They reached to Asher to the north and Issachar in the east. Manasseh had 3 heights in Issachar, in Asher, Bethshean and its towns, and Ibleam and its towns, and the inhabitants of Dor and its towns, and the inhabitants of Endor and its towns, and the inhabitants of Tanakh and its towns, and the inhabitants of Megiddo and its towns. Yet the children of Manasseh couldn't drive out the inhabitants of those cities, but the Canaanites would dwell in the land. When the children of Israel had grown strong, they put the Canaanites to forced labor, and they didn't utterly drive them out. That's going to cause problems later on. They always seem to leave these little things, seeds of, they overlooked and didn't take care of it, and it comes back to bite them later. So that's what's going to happen here because they didn't drive them out like God said. Verse 14. The children of Joseph spoke to Joshua, saying, Why haven't you given me just one lot? No, why have you given me just one lot and one part for an inheritance, since we are numerous people? Because Yahweh has blessed us so far. Joshua said to them, If you are numerous people, go up to the forest and clear land for yourself. There is land in the Perizzites and the Rephaim, since the hill country of Ephraim is too narrow for you. The children of Joseph said, The hill country is not enough for us. All the Canaanites who dwell in the land of the valley have chariots of iron. See, there's a little tidbit. Both those who were in Bethshean and its towns, and those who are in the valley of Jezreel. Joshua spoke to the house of Joseph, that is to Ephraim and Manasseh, saying, You are a numerous people and have great power. You shall not have one lot only, but the hill country shall be yours. Although it is a forest, you shall cut it down, and its farthest extent shall be yours. For you shall drive out the Canaanites, though they have chariots of iron, and although they are strong. Last chapter, chapter 18. I'm glad these three are smaller because ever since we started Joshua, it's been a lot of reading every day, and different from the rest that we've read so far this year. All right, last chapter. 18:1. The whole congregation of the children of Israel assembled themselves together at Shiloh and set up the tent of meeting there. The land was subdued before them. 7 tribes remained among the children of Israel, which had not yet divided their inheritance. Joshua said to the children of Israel, How long will you neglect to go in to possess the land which Yahweh, the God of your fathers, has given you? Appoint yourselves 3 men from each tribe, and I will send them, and they shall arise, walk through the land, and describe it according to their inheritance, and they shall come to me. They shall divide it into portions. Judah shall live in his borders on the south, and the house of Joseph shall live in their borders on the north. You shall survey the land into 7 parts, and bring the description here to me. I will cast lots for you here before Yahweh our God. However, the Levites have no portion among you, for the priesthood of Yahweh is their inheritance. Gad, Reuben, and the half tribe of Manasseh have received their inheritance east of the Jordan, which Moses, the servant of Yahweh, gave them. The men arose and went. Joshua commanded those who went to survey the land, saying, Go, walk through the land and survey it, and come again to me. I will cast lots for you here before Yahweh in Shiloh. The men went and passed through the land and surveyed it by cities into 7 portions in a book. They came to Joshua to the camp at Shiloh. Joshua cast lots for them in Shiloh before Yahweh. There, Joshua divided the land to the children of Israel according to their divisions. Now, isn't Shiloh the one that was where David first set up his kingdom? The city of David? I'm not sure about that, but I think it was. Feel free to comment if you know. Verse 9, the men went and passed through the land, surveyed it by cities in 7 portions in a book, and I already read that. They came to Joshua to the camp at Shiloh. Joshua cast lots for them in Shiloh before Yahweh. There Joshua divided the land to the children of Israel according to their divisions. The lot of the tribe of the children of Benjamin came up according to their families. The border of their lot went out between the children of Judah and the children of Joseph. The border of the north quarter was from the Jordan. The border went up to the side of the Jericho on the north and went up through the hill country westward. It ended at the wilderness of Bethaven. The border passed along from there to Luz, to the side of Luz, also called Bethel, southward. The border went down to Adaroth, Ader, by the mountain that lies on the south of Beth Horon, the lower. The border extended and turned around on the west quarter southward from the mountain that lies before Beth Horon southward and ended at Kiriath Baal, also called Kiriath Jearim, a city of the children of Judah. This was the west quarter. The south quarter was from the farthest part of Kiriath Jearim. The border went out westward and went to the spring of the waters of Nephtoah. The border went down to the farthest part of the mountain that lies before the valley of the son of Hinnom, which is the valley of Rephaim northward. It went to the valley of Hinnom, to the side of the Jebusites southward, and went to En Rogel. It extended northward, went out at En Shemesh, and went out to Galoth, which is over against the ascent of Adumim. It went down to the stone of Bohan, the son of Reuben. It passed along the side over against Arabah northward, and went down to the Arabah. The border passed along the side of Beth Hogla northward, and the border ended at the north bay of the Salt Sea at the south end of the Jordan. North Bay, yeah, so on the border between the Jordan and the Dead Sea there. So it says, this was the south border. The Jordan was its border on the east quarter. This was the inheritance of the children of Benjamin by the borders around it, according to their families. Now the cities of the tribe of the children of Benjamin, according to their families, were Jericho, Beth Hogla, Emek, Gaziz, Beth Araba, Zemarim, Bethel, Avim, Perah, Ophrah, Chephar, Ammoni, Ophni, Geba, 12 cities and their villages. Gibeon, Ramah, Beeroth, Mizpah, Chephira, Moza, Rechem, Ir-Peel, Taralah, Zela, Eleph, the Jebusite, also called Jerusalem, Gibriath, and Kiriath, 14 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the children of Benjamin according to their families. And that is it for today's reading. Okay, I'm sometimes glad when there's short days, just want to get on, read it, and get off. So, especially when it's very tedious like that. So, and I've said before, I'm not reading from the schedule for the 1 Year Bible anymore. I'm reading just a random schedule I got off the internet. I don't even have a reference for it. I don't know where I got it. So, just in case anyone was curious what I'm using. So, I hope you join me again tomorrow, and I'll see you then. God bless you all.